Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards is working on his plans for the next Louisiana Legislative Session. But earlier this year, he was working on a boat. As we continue our look back at our favorite stories from 2018, we take you back to the water for Governor Edwards' working tour. With a flock of seagulls for an audience, Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards learns that shrimping ain't easy. Aboard Le Bon Papa, Governor Edwards gets lessons in how to shovel the catch off the deck, remove the fish from the shrimp, and how to sort shrimp. It's hard work, but something Edwards says he wanted to do.
This is important to our economy, it's important to tourism, it's important to our culture and our way of life. And so to be able to spend a day down here, just a special day for me, and I will tell you, very rewarding.
Prior to going out on a shrimp boat, Governor Edwards spent time at Motivated Seafoods in Houma to meet with those involved in the oyster industry. Fourth-generation oyster grower John Tesvich is chairman of the Oyster Task Force. He's concerned about proposed diversions from the Mississippi River into Barataria Bay and Breton Sound. He says the combination of fresh water and silt intended to rebuild the coast would kill oysters.
We're talking about, hundreds of millions of dollars of impact annually on one diversion. And so if you put a diversion on each side of the river, you're talking about, a couple of $100 million a year just in oyster damages.
Jack Modise is the Secretary of Wildlife and Fisheries. He says there's a good reason why Governor Edwards is taking so many notes.
I know the governor. He's going to instruct us to look at what are things that we can do to either soften the blow or help the industry to not only stay where they're at, but allow them to grow in the process.
It's a tough situation because we have simply got to restore our coast. We have to create more protection from hurricanes and other storms. And when we do that, there's going to be some disruption visited upon people. We need to try to minimize that, fully mitigate it if possible, if not minimize it. And so we have to have a plan going forward.
Back out on the shrimp boat south of Cocodrie, Governor Edwards shares a few moments with Wildlife and Fisheries Commissioner Jerry Smitko and her granddaughter. Smitko imparts to the governor just how much commercial fishermen have in common with farmers and ranchers.
Commercial fishermen work hard to make a living. They face a lot of adversity, whether it's the weather or the tides or the hurricanes and the price, equipment breakdowns. But they're resilient people, they're giving people, and I think the greatest aspect of the industry are the people that make it up.
And after a full day of hard work, Governor Edwards is ready to take what he's learned back to Baton Rouge, along with little Lanyap.
I guess my favorite thing is I'm bringing a bag of shrimp home, and I'm looking forward to eating those shrimp.
That really was a fun day out on the water. I remember we were at Motivated Seafood before going out on the boat, and it was rainy, it was stormy, it was looking nasty, and then right when we got out there to Cocodrie getting ready to head out on the boat, the skies cleared and everything was fine. And the really neat thing was Governor Edwards, it was like he would have been doing that anyway. Even when my camera was off, he had the shovel in hand, getting the shrimp up off of the deck and putting them into the ice chest.
Well, I know it was interesting to see him in that fashion. I know any other time that you probably would have done a story on him, it might have been in front of a press conference or something like that. So it's cool to get to see him in that light,
Yeah, that's the cool thing about being able to go back and look at these stories again. You're reminded of all the cool things that we've been able to cover. And what's been your favorite so far?
We've done some great stories. I always love seeing, the farmer profiles, seeing what farmers do on a day-to-day basis, because that's what makes the organization tick, and that's what makes us tick as well.
And what a great segue to the teas.
Well, still to come on TWILA, we're going to take a look at all this year's winners from this year's Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation 96th Annual Convention.
One of those winners will be competing again at the American Farm Bureau Convention in January. We'll look at their farm right after the break.